from Cooperative Kids of Agawam, and we're talking about being a more conscious parent and being more aware of the messages that we are sending our children. I want to just give you some examples today of what might be some messages that you may unintentionally, as a teacher or as a parent, be giving your children. It's so important to be mindful and to be in the moment, and part of that is to be aware of what isn't working and to really be aware of the messages that our children are picking up. Remember, children are little sponges, and especially up until about the age of 3, they're really operating out of their right brain, and they're sponges and they're feelers. They're not thinking logically about things, they're just feeling, and whatever they feel becomes their story and gets tucked away in their brain as a message that feels true to them. So when mom or dad come home after work and your child, who is 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever age, comes running up to you, "Mommy, Mommy, Mommy," and you're coming in the door and maybe you're carrying groceries and you're still thinking about what happened at work, and maybe you had a hard ride home because there was so much traffic, and you just need 2 minutes to breathe. So you open the door and your little girl or your little boy comes running up to you, just so excited to see you, and you might say, "Honey, not now." And it's not because you don't love your child, it's not because you're not excited to see your child, it's because you just need to take a breath. Well, unfortunately, if we repeat that behavior over and over, our child gets an unintentional message that they're not important, that you don't have time for them. Another scenario is when you come home from the office, dad comes home and he's happy to be home, but he's got to make one more phone call. And little boy, little girl comes running up, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy, look what I did at school." "Honey, I'm on the phone." What is the unintentional message that our child picked up? Our children pick up. Now, I'm not suggesting that you should always be available to your children. That is impossible. The truth is, you do need time to breathe. The truth is, you do have phone calls you need to make. The truth is, there are other things going on in your world besides your children, right? It's not what we do. It's how we do it. And being a more mindful, a more conscious parent means that we're more aware of how we communicate our needs to our children. Children are very smart. They can understand more than what we give them credit for. So one of the things I want to suggest to you today is, and this isn't originally mine, this came from parenting experts, and I don't know which one. Many parenting experts say the same philosophy, but in different ways. So I'm just going to give it to you the way I understand it and what I have found to be very powerful. But it's called the 4-minute rule. And the 4-minute rule says that whenever you've been separated from your children or from your spouse for at least an hour, the first 4 minutes when you reconnect has to be very mindful and very intentional. So the mom who's coming home from work, wow, do you need time to breathe? Yes, you do, because you're coming home, you're changing hats, and you're continuing to work. That's a lot to ask of you, Mom. My suggestion is that on the way home, if you're feeling like you're still carrying some of the workload, or if you're still carrying some problems from work, or if you're upset because of the traffic, you might want to drive around the block and give yourself time to breathe. You might want to just sit in the driveway in the car for 5 minutes and give yourself the space that you need. Because once you walk in that door, those children, all they know is that they want to reconnect with you. So when you come home, the first 4 minutes means it's all about reconnecting. Dad, I know you have those calls to make. I know you've got work to do on the computer, but the first 4 minutes when you walk in that door, you need to know that those 4 minutes belong to reconnecting with the people that you love. And I'm going to go a step further and suggest this. Mom, if you're the one coming home, the first person you need to greet is your spouse. Dad, if you're the one coming home, the first person you need to greet is your spouse. So if your children come running up to you and say, Daddy, 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 and jump in your arms, you pick them up and you say, where's that mother of yours? I have missed her today. And you go and greet her, give her a kiss, and then you turn and you give your attention to your children. I'm talking about 4 minutes. It will set the tone for your time together in the evening. And once your children feel connected, they're more likely to cooperate and give you the space to do the things that you need to do.